Hey everyone, welcome back to the old family farm. Thanks for joining me here today. We have got a busy start to September. I hope you're all doing well. Thursday, getting close to the end of the week. Everybody loves the end of the week. Get ready for the weekends. Some news on the old family farm. We'll get into that here in a second. But before we get rocking there, I have gone ahead and doubled our little heifer count. We've got 20 little calves out here now. Hey, little guy. What's going on, buddy? 10 just didn't seem right, so I doubled them up. I think it cost us about 3,000 bucks to double those up, but I think it'll make a little progress for us a little bit quicker. Getting the John Deere over to our field to get ready for harvest that we're ready to do. Got the combine over there already, prepped and ready to start working. I've got one helper over here planting some wheat. I think they're planting some wheat. Yeah, they're planting some wheat. And somewhere, oh, the next field, got another helper working on cutting some grass. Should be over here somewhere. Where's she at? Doing her thing. Looks like she's doing an okay job here. Excellent day. How you doing, buddy? Let's check your seed count. I think I turned off auto buy on the seed. Maybe I should. Well, you don't have that much left, do you? But I'm afraid you're going to run out. So maybe just in case. Refill fuel, seeds. We'll turn that on. I think Courseplay pays attention to that. I believe it does at least. Let's find out here. If it does, I think it'll stop using the seed we have in our seeder here. See if it starts using. Yeah, it looks like it stopped using the seed that's in the seeder, and it's just going to start charging us for seed. So we'll go that route just so they don't stop and interrupt us. We've got the old Massey Ferguson, a new addition to the farm. Let's get that unfolded. Yeah, that's quite a presentation, isn't it? That's it for the unfolding. Now my guess is, in real life, and I'm looking to see how you get up there, but I'm assuming the farmer would have to get up there and lift that up by themselves, would be my guess. And I guess this is when safety, it wasn't safety first, it was safety third. And I'm just looking around here to see how in the world, oh, back here, okay. So lower that ladder, climb up on there, come up on there, walk across the motor, preferably turned off, walk over on top, open the hood, probably said screw it, jump back down this way, landed on the air. Is that an air? What is that? Is that an air filter or cleaner or something? I don't know what. Exhaust? Is that the exhaust? Maybe that's the exhaust. Oh man, I am lost on this thing. Anyways, it's ready to go. That's all we care about. So yeah, we've got a lot of work going on. How did the well, I wonder why she did that little horseshoe there. Interesting. What else is happening here on the old family farm? Let me turn you off. Can't waste gas here. Let's see. So we've got a lot of activity. We actually have this field here for grass. We've got this field here for grass. Looks like a few weeds, but not too bad. Our cornfield over there is going to be ready to harvest next month, I think. It better be September, October, November. It might not actually be till November, now that I'm thinking about it. corn harvest, October, November. Yeah, one of those 2 months. So we've got a few things happening. Doubled our cows. Our chickens are still doing the egg thing. We've got some stuff at our greenhouses that we need to pay attention to when it's time to sell. I'm gonna have to look and see what is, if we're ready to sell anything in here in September. We've got honey we can sell. We've got eggs, and we've got lettuce, tomatoes, and strawberries. Plus any extra stuff here that we can find to get some money for. All right, I guess we should get to it. Let's do a quick windrow. Quick headland. I'm gonna assume you're dropping hay. Good deal. Make a few extra dollars on hay. We don't make a lot, but we make a few extra dollars on hay. Helps cover labor charge costs and that kind of thing. Kind of makes me wonder, like, like hay I know is used for bedding, and then I know that what looks weird here. I guess that's right. I know hay is used for bedding. I didn't want to turn it off. And I know that it's used for filler. I'm saying hay. Sorry, straw. So straw is used for bedding. Straw is used for filler and TMR. I'm assuming it has not a great deal of what word am I looking for? Nutritional value to it. Man, should have cut down on the whiskey this morning. I can't drive straight. Not a great deal of nutritional value to it. It must have some, I would assume. Kind of makes me wonder, I guess where I'm going with it is, I wonder if chickens would peck away at the straw, or if they would be, I'm assuming they wouldn't be interested in that at all. And Brad, if you hit that stop button one more time, I'm going to put a piece of tape over that B key. Why aren't you lifting up though? Oh, because I didn't have the header selected. All right, you're good. Okay, we'll manage. So the Smalls, Betty Lou and Tiny are still MIA. They are still in an undisclosed location. Nobody's heard from them. We pretty much are assuming that military has got them at this point. They came back from their vacation, what seemed to be in a pretty good mood. That didn't last long. Tiny was getting back into business. He was starting to deliver his fried woodland snacks. Unfortunately, that didn't last long. They were picked up by, like I said, what looked like to be military police. We think it has something to do with Area 51. Betty Lou was saying that she found some mysterious objects that she felt would, in her words, crack the case open. I don't know what exactly that means. Apparently it did crack the case open because they got arrested. And I guess the last words out of Betty Lou's mouth while she was being escorted into the military van, it was like a van truck thing, was she was screaming, "Roswell, Roswell, Roswell." That's all she could say. So I don't know. So we decided the other night, me and a couple other farmers here in the county, we decided it'd be a good opportunity to try and locate this mysterious, Tiny's mysterious living quarters up in the hills. We assume well, we don't assume, we know that he has some kind of tent village or something set up in the hills where he lives up there. And we thought, well, we're going to go find it. We're going to go check it out. This has got to be, I mean, it's got to be good, right? I mean, it's Tiny's. I mean, come on. So we were up there, and it was just starting to get dark, and we were thinking about packing it up and coming home. And sure enough, we stumbled across a campsite. There was a tent set up. Looked like recently used, in fact, recently lived in. Assuming we had found Tiny's campsite, we looked around. We didn't really find anything of significance there. I mean, there were some, you know, a couple strange things, but nothing that would certainly be past Tiny having. Oddly enough, there was a toilet plunger. Not exactly sure why he had a toilet plunger at a campsite. And a couple other things that didn't make sense, but on our way to getting ready to leave, we heard a noise in the woods and kind of startled us a little bit. And we kind of stood our ground and kind of was watching to see what was coming our way. At first we thought maybe it was a bear or something, but it was on two legs and it was big. Like, dang it, Brad, you got to start paying attention to when this thing's full, right? The thing was huge, massive. Massive. Jim Bob, the guy that was with us, one of the guys that was with us, one of the neighboring farmers, Jim Bob, started screaming, "Sasquatch, Sasquatch." Of course, we all, you know, were on high alert. We were freaking out. Sure enough, he came into view a little bit better. Now, mind you, it was kind of dark, so we didn't have the best, you know, best light at the time. But turns out it was Tiny's cousin. Yeah, Tiny's cousin. Tiny's cousin, Bubba Lee Small. Bubba Lee Small. Never knew Tiny had a cousin. Never mentioned it. Never talked about him. Massive dude. Makes Tiny... Now I think I understand why they call Tiny Tiny. Because Tiny's actually kind of tiny compared to this guy. And he looks like, if you believe in evolution, this guy could be the missing link. He was as freaked out as we were. It was pretty obvious he was not expecting company. It was also pretty obvious he hadn't showered or bathed in probably the better part of 6 months. Basically, you know, I mean, he just asked us, you know, what we were doing there and if we'd seen Tiny, and he used very short words. He didn't really seem like he kind of had a lot of formal education. He was living off a possum, he said, fried possum. So maybe that's where Tiny got his idea for his delivery service. Not really sure about that one. So Jim Bob took Bubba Lee back to his place to let him clean up and got him a meal and stuff like that and sent him back on his way. He didn't want to stay there. I mean, he said he's not comfortable sleeping indoors. He said it's just a thing he has that he doesn't feel safe sleeping indoors. So he took off again and I guess hightailed it back to the hills. So now we know that we've got Betty Lou, Tiny, and now we've added another member to the clan. And I use that term, I think, relatively more or less accurately, being the clan. Where's the... Oh, she's working her way over there. Okay. With Bubba Lee. Now, I could tell Bubba Lee depended on Tiny, it seemed like, quite a bit. It appears that without Tiny around, he's going to struggle. So we're going to keep an eye on Bubba Lee. And I told him, you know, at the very least, he can stop by, use the garden hose outside to wash up if he wanted to. If he needed something, you know, let me know. I'll give him some food or whatever. He seemed pretty happy with his living conditions, but he obviously was missing Tiny quite a bit. In fact, I guess at some point, I wasn't there, but Jim Bob told me that he actually started sobbing, crying like a little baby when he brought up Tiny being missing. So I don't know. We all have our fingers crossed. I never thought I would say this, but I'm actually kind of hoping that Tiny and Betty Lou find their way back home. But in the meantime, I am still running the store. I guess you could say running it. I basically just go there in the morning and put a sign up that says, come see me if you need something. I haven't found any other hidden treasures in the store, actually. I was kind of expecting to find something else. And I did a pretty darn good job snooping around, if I could be so bold. And haven't really located anything of significance. My concern is there is what appears to be a kind of a root cellar that's padlocked. I don't have the key for it. I don't know if I'd want to go down there, even if I did have the key. I was over at the store the other day, looking through some catalogs just to see if there was anything else we could get in to kind of, you know, check out before Betty Lou came back. I'm kind of taking advantage of the opportunity, kind of making my own sweet deals. And thought I heard a couple weird noises coming from that root cellar. Might have just been, you know, critters down there running around. But I heard some scratching, some clawing, kind of freaked me out a little bit. But like I said, I don't have the key to get into it, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on down there, and I don't exactly know if I'm not sure I want to know, if I'm being honest with you. Liking this Massey. I must say, I think I prefer our little Massey over our Far. Seems kind of like a step up. A little quieter, a little smoother running. I think it actually, I like the larger grain capacity what the tank has. It's kind of nice. Let's, we don't have much left, but I don't think we're going to make it on the tank we have here. So let's go over and let's just run over and empty it ourselves, and then finish up this field here. It's not taking much longer. Where's our little Brad? Why did I think you were over here, man? Wasn't even paying attention. We'll run over here and get this thing dumped off. It's nice having hired helpers, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're fortunate enough to where we can actually afford to have a little bit of hired help too, which is kind of nice. I'm kind of just sticking with the approach of, oh, we got a full load there. Kind of just sticking with the pretty much $100 a field kind of a deal. I think that works out pretty well for the time of maybe the decade or whatever we're supposed to be farming in. I'm sure that is considerably more than what they probably would have made, but I'm trying not to be cheaty about it. I don't want to get free labor, but at the same time, I can't afford to be paying $1,500 a field for labor either. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm just going to go $100 a head per field for wages. I know it's not super accurate. Nothing really is for the Dust Bowl series, but most important part is the old equipment, using the old equipment, enjoying using the old equipment. We do have it set up on hard economy, so it's not like we're raking in the coin very quick. At least we're having to make some decisions, you know, kind of based on not wasting, you know, not wasting money. I saw a mod today that came out. I'm recording this Tuesday night, so a little bit early. And I saw, some of you will remember this if you played FS15 on PC or Mac. I think it was a PC, Mac only. I don't think it was console. It was called the Beast. Do you remember the Beast, the wood chipper? Or, you know, basically it was a wood processor, wood chipper kind of thing. It was huge. This big green, long wood chipper deal. And at the time that it came out, it was from FM Modding, if you remember FM Modding. It was a sweet mod. For as far as processing wood for wood chips, it was pretty sweet at the time. It was a more advanced mod, you would say, you know, kind of thing. Had a lot of cool features to it. Well, somebody has, I guess, reworked it for FS22. I took a quick peek at it. Overall, not bad. Couple errors. Honestly, it doesn't look like it was reworked from the kind of the ground up. I don't think the textures and everything have quite gotten reworked. Certainly a usable mod. I don't think it oh, you know what? Our grain cart's full, isn't it? Well, we're not going to get away with dumping anything more in there. But yeah, it's out of King Mods if you just want a little bit of nostalgia. Take a look at it. I haven't tested it in gameplay, so I really don't know how nice our wheat field looks like it is done. So that's kind of nice. We can get to rolling that field next too, by the way. Yeah, it's worth checking out if you're a PC Mac player. I think it's something to bring back the good old days. It was like there's a few mods. It started making me remember a couple mods when they were initially released that really were kind of more groundbreaking, had a lot of features that we didn't normally see with giant stuff. And I think the Beast was one of them. I remember the Crone Baler. You should dump in here. Oh, a little bit too far, maybe? Oh, you don't really want to, do you? You're going to be that way? All right. That's all right. We will. I'm not exactly sure. I had a little bit of oh, there we go. There, stop right there, Brad. There you go. Kind of weird looking just dumping it on the ground like that, but it is what it is. Massey did a nice job. We can fold it back up here. That Krone big baler was another big one for me. Man, I loved that baler. I baled a lot of straw, hay, and grass with that baler. Holy cow. Really loved that baler. Very nice. How's our repairs? Oh, we can afford $3. Another $1 for the header. You did a good job. Thank you very much, Massey. You made easy work of that field. I thought you were a girl. Apparently not. It's Goober with the freaking shades on top of his head. Lovely. This guy. Man, I've had him on Kubota Farm. I don't know, man. Something about this dude. Something shady about him. He won't tell me where he's from. He says his name is Prince. That's it, just Prince. I'm like, dude, nobody calls himself Prince. Apparently he does. But hey, man, as long as he gets the work done and does a good job with it, I guess Prince can be called whatever he wants. All right, let's get out of here with this load here. I don't think... Let's take a quick peek at our... So wheat... Our chickens are going to need a little food here pretty soon, aren't they, probably? How are you? How are our chickens doing for food? I haven't really looked recently. They're probably starving. I don't know. Oh, yeah, they're getting low. All right. Well, we need to feed our chickens. Maybe we'll throw the rest of that wheat their way. What else do we have here? We've got some barley. Doesn't sell until December. Canola is a November. And sorghum is December. Okay. Let's get this load put away in the silos so it doesn't get rained on or otherwise eaten by birds. Or Bubba. Bubba coming down from the hills. So you have vegetarians, right, that don't eat meat. But what's the opposite of that? Is there an opposite of that? That only eats meat. Like nothing else. I don't think there's a word for that. Carnivore. I don't know if there's a real word for that or not. Back, we want to be a righty. There we go. Very nice. 7,000. Sorghum. Sorry if I just set off an epileptic seizure there. I shouldn't be flashing like that on the screen. I do like the way that side panel kind of lifts up, and that's kind of cool. All right, so our sorghum is selling in December, it kind of looks like. So I think we'll be good to go there. Oh, we need to... I always end up with... Oh, no, we don't have anything in the bucket. Okay, good. I was going to say, I always end up with what looks like a little bit in the bucket there, but I wonder if you just flip the bucket upside down like that. I wonder if the combine and stuff will still try to empty into it. All right, Mr. Deer, you stay there for a second for me, would you please? Let's check your repairs. Maybe a little bit of a lube job. Nothing there. Excelente. All right. Now, based on this time of year, we are going to have to turn that field around fairly quick. And I don't mind whatever we want to do. We can do wheat or barley. We've got one wheat field already, so we could probably just stick with... Actually, we could do a barley field there, couldn't we? How you doing, Chief? How's Prince doing? I guess getting the job done. You, my friend, need to... Well, you know what, though? Here, let's do this. We can drop our seeder off over here. Almost forgot to. I think we need to roll. I think we need to roll the other field. So what does it show here? Just weeds growing? We need to pick all this straw up. I don't want to forget to do that. That'll earn us a few bucks. I think this field needs rolling, though. It does indeed. Let's grab the John Deere. And actually, now I'm kind of just tempted to... Let's do this. I'm going to... Nope. Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. I see what's going on, buddy. All right. Let's go in and let's take off... let's see here. I think we've got the max horsepower, 62. And we can put... Well, you know what? I don't want to pay for front weights. I think we can leave it like that. I just wanted to get rid of the front loader attachment, at least for now. I don't know, but we're going to see if it will hook up. I don't know if it'll pick up this front weight or not. Let's see if it will. I didn't really approach this thing very well, did I? Sometimes you can get away with being a little crooked, but not that crooked maybe. I don't think that's got a front end on it that's going to pick up this weight, is it? You probably don't even need it, but I was just curious to see if indeed. Yeah. And I don't think, because I think you kind of need a 3, I don't think that's available in customization. Configuration is just, we could add weight, but I don't feel like paying for it. Engine, wheel, cabin, auxiliary seats, front fenders, exhaust, decal, mirrors, rear fenders, mud flaps, light types. Boy, this thing's got a lot of configuration. Connection hoses. I do have with hydraulics there. Toolbox, yes. Extremity lights. Oh, I don't like those. That looks too new. So yeah, it doesn't look like we can change the front linkage on that. So that's all right. Ain't no thing. I think we can live without it. But what we do want to do is go pick up our roller, and I think our roller, I got into a cleanup mode there the last time after the last recording, and I started putting a bunch of stuff away, and whenever I do that, I always forget where in the heck I put it. Doesn't look like it's in that barn. Got our sprayer. And what is that? Kind of a silage fork deal there. Maybe I put that. Maybe it's in the front barn here. Maybe I put it in the front barn. Let's go check. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's exactly what I did. All right. Watch out, ducks. Well, or not. All right. We're official. We have got a legit field roller now. Those ducks love that field. Okay, so what do we need here? I know we need rolling. Got some weeds. We'll deal with those. I think we're going to need a second application of fertilization as well, if I remember correctly. Yep, so we're going to need a second application of fertilizer on this field. No big thing. I think we're going to go ahead and put somebody to work on rolling this field. So let's see, we'll create a job. We'll do a little course play action. 11.2 feet. I think that is right. One tool, number of headlands. Honestly, I don't even think we need one. Up and down, that is correct. No rows to skip. That is correct. If we don't do a headland, I'm assuming it's just going to do, yeah, okay. Let's just generate. That's pretty much what I want you to do. I think that'll work. And first waypoint. Oh, I like her. She's much better. She's much better than Prince over there doing our grass work. Go get it, girl. You got it? You got it covered? Go. You go. She's hauling it, too. Weeds, needs lime, needs rolling. Yeah, that's looking good. Looks like it's taking care of business, or as we say in the biz, TCOB. Except it does say needs rolling. Oh, there we go. This is kind of finicky. Kind of have to look in just the right spot. How you going to handle these ends? You going to be okay down here? Yeah, she'll be okay. All right. Let's go. I don't want to be Superman, so let's just do that. How you doing, Prince? You about got this wrapped up? You're kind of taking your time here, but it's a pretty decent-sized field. I was glad the mower actually hooked on to our farm all. Not everything hooks onto this farm all, but the mower does, so that's good news. And what do we need now? We need. Tell you what, if our operation keeps growing, we might have to start considering getting another little tractor on the farm. Where did that come from? Huh. I'd love to get. I tell you what, I love this little Massey. It's a little scooter. I like it a lot. I've really grown to like this little Massey. It gets up and goes. Everything hooks onto it. Super easy. It's kind of small and compact. Really have enjoyed this Massey. I wouldn't even mind getting a second one of these if I'm being honest with you. We might consider doing that very thing. It's just a good runner. The only thing it doesn't do is automatically shift sometimes into the next gear. So I just kind of have to do the manual shifting, which isn't the end of the world. I always forget to unfold this thing, so I remember to do that this time. Tell you what, this forage wagon has been really nice to have around. No doubt about that. Maintenance, $8. We can afford that. Forage wagon, not a big deal. We've got gas. Let's lower the pickup. Let's fire it up. And let's see if we can make some. I can hardly see the stuff from, man, geez, Brad. Can hardly see the stuff from that angle. I always forget how much. We usually make a couple thousand, don't we, from straw sale? I think we do. It's always worth just picking it up and taking it straight over to the hay and feed and dumping it off. I've got a couple ideas for the next map. I think I've talked about it a little bit on Kubota Farm. Getting ready to, I'm getting antsy to move on to the next map. Not ditching Old Family Farm. We're going to stay here for a while longer. I actually just really enjoy this map too much to go away from it quite yet. But that being said, I think it's getting time to wrap up Kubota Farm pretty soon. And as much as I've enjoyed East Vineland, as much as I've really enjoyed using Kubota tractors, just feeling like it's time to move on to a new challenge. So we'll just see how that goes. About a few more episodes, not exactly sure how many more, but I'll be sure and let you know. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a challenge series. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a focused series. So we, at least right now, my plans are to focus on one particular style of farmer, and I haven't quite decided between a couple different things, but it won't be just general. It won't be just general farming. I think it'll either be farming to raise cattle, or farming to, you know, something specific along those lines. But I do want it to be kind of challenging at the same time. I don't want it to just be easy peasy all the time. I'll tell you the difference between, we're getting what, 200, close to 270 per load? That's not too bad. The difference between easy economy and hard economy is pretty significant in this game, I will say. And if you haven't tried hard economy, I would suggest you give it a go. It's your progress is most definitely, I would say, going to be a lot slower than it would be, you know, easy economy. You can, at least in my opinion, pretty quickly get into making some serious coin. Oh, are you done? Yep, Prince is gone. Prince frickin' bailed. I don't even know if I've ever played the normal economy. I think I've always played one end of the spectrum or the other, either easy or hard. I also enjoy the engine sounds of this Massey. Quite nice. So a buddy of mine finally got me to start watching Yellowstone, the show Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. It's not that I necessarily resisted watching it. I just really didn't have a very good way to watch it. And honestly, I just kind of kept forgetting about it. But I finally started watching it. I'm watching it on Peacock, of all things. And it's got like the first 5 seasons or 6 seasons. I don't know what the latest season is. That's not available yet, but I'm still streaming through. I think I'm now on season 3. And I must say, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Quite a bit. It kind of reminds me of, if you're familiar with the Sons of Anarchy, the show Sons of Anarchy, it reminds me of that kind of show set on a ranch. It's almost like the Western version of Sons of Anarchy. I mean, it's current modern day, so it's not an old Western if you're not familiar with it. But a lot of drama. A lot of family dynamics, a lot of character development. If you watch shows because you enjoy getting invested in characters and stuff, this would be a good one for you. I'm still trying to figure out who I'm supposed to like. They're all pretty much disgusting jerks in their own way. But you start rooting for, you know, one person here, one person there. Kind of want to see them do well, or kind of feel bad for them in their situation and stuff like that. But yeah, I would suggest checking out Yellowstone if you're looking for something. I know it's a little bit of old news now. It's been out for a few seasons, but I'm glad my buddy kind of persisted with that. One thing I've noticed that's kind of interesting with TV, and I watch too much of it, but there's a big difference I've noticed with watching. You know what I just realized? If I drive, let's just check something out. I'm curious. What's it gonna do with this grass? Not pick it up, I wouldn't think. Yeah, okay, so there's enough straw. There's enough straw in there that it won't convert it over to grass. Okay. I've noticed a big difference between how shows are watched on a weekly basis and watching shows like binging, or just, you know, one episode after the other. And I say that only because there are things I think that you notice with a show that you don't notice if you only watch one episode a week. They're not as obvious. I'll give you kind of an example that really stands out to me. I don't know if you ever watched the show House. You know, somehow magically every unique and super rare disease or whatever just happened to show up at this one hospital. And House, just being the brilliant person that he was, heavily medicated on Vicodin, always figured out the cause of these great big mystery diseases and stuff. I swear to God, I've never driven around the back of here, but if I see a body, oh good, thank God. Okay. For some reason, I just wouldn't put it past finding somebody passed out or dead back behind Betty Lou's shed. Watching House on the weekly is one thing, but if you watch one show, one episode after the other, there are things that are really going to stand out to you that may not as much. One of them is, I swear, every patient at some point or another with their stay in that hospital seizes. It's almost like I started laughing at the number of times I heard them scream, "He's seizing!" It's like I called the shot before even. Like I would see all of a sudden, you know, the monitor, the room monitor that's hooked up to their heart or whatever, starts kind of acting funky, and I just start yelling, "He's seizing!" And sure enough, man, one of the doctors or the nurses start yelling, "He's seizing!" It just becomes almost comical how you see some things like that repeated. And I guess that's kind of my point, is when you're streaming shows, you're watching just one episode after the other, it's kind of unfair to the show a little bit, because that's not the way it was intended to be watched. You know, I mean, they didn't write and produce and, you know, put together House for somebody to watch 10 episodes in a row. You know, it was meant to be watched an episode a week, basically. So I cut it slack. I cut it some slack because of that reason. But it is just interesting to me, though, that I've noticed that in many, many situations with a lot of shows that weren't designed to be watched one after the other, were originally broadcast one episode a week, and you start seeing some, you know, just some things that the show seems to cling on to. Well, I am going to assume, I have not looked at the clock. I don't have my phone next to me. I usually have a little bit of a clock and kind of get an idea of how long an episode is. I am going to assume this one is getting pretty lengthy because I've been yapping and we've actually gotten quite a bit done. So why don't we wrap up this this straw here, and I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. September is a busy month for us, but that's good. Getting a lot done on the farm. Love the old family farm. This would have to be, I mean, this has to be up there in my top 5 maps. It's just, it just is. It's, and it's not, you know, like I've said before, it's not that it offers, you know, all kinds of super unique production facilities. I don't even think it has a production facility, but it's not that it offers just a bunch of stuff like that. It's the map. It's just the map. It's the old family farm, and I just love the map. It's just fantastic, and I was just so thrilled when I saw that it came out for 22. Outstanding. I think we are good to go. Yep, it looks like we are pretty good to go with the straw. So we'll have to get this field cultivated up. Pretty sure it's probably going to need lime. So it might not hurt to throw some lime in on it. I don't think we own a plow. I was thinking about that the last time too, that if we did, it would have to be probably just a, I don't know what they call them, just a like a small one, like a 2-board, you know. It'd be a moldboard plow, but it would be, I don't know, they call them like a 2-blade. I'm not sure what the exact, I forget what the exact terminology is on it, but I don't know if it'd be worth plowing up that field for anything. I think we can mulch it up. Probably wouldn't hurt to throw some lime on it though first. Let's get you winged around here, get you put away. Seems like this has become our forage wagon's parking spot. No repairs needed. Thank you very much. Little Massey, how you doing? You doing okay? Good for you. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. How's our roller going here? Well, did you finish or did you... Uh-oh. What are you stuck on? Oh, yeah. Tree. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. That's my bad. Lower? You are lowered. Okay. Guess that's why you won't lower more. Man, this thing ain't messing around. That's not bad. 12 miles an hour. I don't think it's going to help a lot to just, let's see here if we can, maybe I should have done a course play instead of, boy man, this, I might just finish this up myself. This thing is hauling. Yeah, giddy up. It's like it just doesn't You even care that there's a roller on the back. It just goes. Who are we going to get this time? I swear if it's Prince. Okay, good. It's not Prince. I was going to say if it's Prince, I'm firing him and moving on. All right, outstanding. Well, thanks everyone for joining me once again on the Old Family Farm. I really do appreciate you watching. Obviously, we've got a few more things to finish up here in... don't roll over my grass now. Got a few more things to finish up here in September, and we'll keep trucking along and getting the job done. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, hold on a second, Chief. Hold on a second. I did have Horseplay going, didn't I? No, I didn't want to do that. Brad, why did you cancel the course? All right, I'll figure this out. I'm just being silly. Anyways, got some more grass to cut. Got some grass to windrow and pick up. I think we're going to end up... what do we do with this? We end up silaging it, I think, don't we? Off the top of my head, I think that's what we're going to do. We've got plenty of food for our cows, so I think we'll probably just throw this in the silage bunker, make a little extra money that way, get this field prepped up, mulched, ready to go, and we'll be back next week here on the Old Family Farm. Tomorrow, Friday.
Welcome, partner.
Well, welcome to you, partner. Let's feed the dog. I always forget
Bart.
to do that. I think the ducks eat the dog's food. Shame on you. We'll be back on Kubota Farm Friday. We're making some headway there, too, heading into winter. So we're scooting through months pretty quick there. So, but thanks, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe if you'd like to the channel. It'd be great to have you on board. Leave comments, suggestions, anything you would like to see more of, or what map you kind of like to see. I always like to hear about that. And we'll see you back here real soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, and bye for now.